The golden days of the Republican Party. Fiscal responsibility, limited government, a cautious approach to foreign intervention. But after 6.5 years of the George W. Bush administration, the Republican franchise has changed. Right now, Republicans are taking a close look at the frontrunners seeking the nomination for their party, Rudy Giuliani, Mitt Romney, Fred Thompson. But waiting in the wings is another kind of conservative, a traditional one. He may be trailing in the polls, but Ron Paul is getting a hard look from voters wondering what happened to their party. He's quietly raising some pretty decent dollars, even has more cash in the bank than John McCain does at the moment. How did that happen? Here to tell us is the man himself, presidential candidate, Republican congressman from Texas, physician, Ron Paul. Congressman, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Nice to be with you.
So how did you wind up with more money in the bank than John McCain?
Well, the truth is we didn't raise more, but we spent it more wisely, I believe. And the money came in rather easily. We didn't have to spend a lot of money to raise it. It was raised spontaneously over the internet. And this has been good. We've been improving our campaign all the time. Our message is spreading. Our numbers of supporters are growing. At the same time, we really didn't have to spend any money we raised in the second quarter. We're still living off the money we raised in the fourth quarter. In the second quarter, we raised 4 times as much as we did in the first quarter. So hopefully that trend will continue.
I like the way you manage money, Doctor. Good for you. Well, how do you get to the next level? I mean, you're, I think it's fair to say, a boutique candidate at this point. People who are really interested in political ideas like you, some love you. But how do you get to the phenomenon level, the Howard Dean 2004 level? What do you need to do to get there?
Well, I think we have to continue to do what we're doing because the growth rate we have now is fantastic. So if we continue to raise this money and our numbers keep growing, yes, eventually we are going to show up in these polls. I think we're going to have some straw votes that we may just surprise a lot of people, and we've had a few little ones and we've done very well. And everywhere we go now, the meetings are getting bigger each time. So we feel very good about what's happening.
I mean, not to give you unsolicited advice, I'm a talk show host, I'm not running your campaign, but you need some celebrities. It seems to me all campaigns like yours on the cusp of becoming a phenomenon have, you know, Rob Reiner, Barbara Streisand, or their libertarian equivalents. Are there libertarian equivalents?
Well, that sounds like a good idea, and there are a few that I believe are very attuned to the principles. I haven't had anybody sign on the line yet, but that just may come. You know what? I'm almost more fascinated with the fact that young people are so interested in the campaign. We have a lot of people coming into our meetings and even to visit me. They said, and I asked, why are you here? And they said, well, my teenagers showed me what was on the internet and I heard your speeches. So literally the teenagers are our recruiting agents right now.
Interesting. One of the raps against libertarians, I'm not sure it's fair, but people say that they tend to be a little cold. They're not as compassionate, maybe, as people who believe the government can help. I'll give you a very specific example. You'd like to pull out of Iraq. Fair enough. If we do, there's really no question that bloodshed, as we were just talking about in the last segment, will increase. There will be a lot of killing when we leave. There's a lot of killing now. There'll be more. If you're president, what would you do in response? Just let it happen?
Yeah, I would, because the Americans wouldn't be killed, and we don't know for certain that there will be more killing. There may be initially, but there was a lot less turmoil in Vietnam after we left, and we're trading partners with Vietnam. So some good things can come by leaving. So,
but didn't you have tens or hundreds of thousands of people put into re-education camps, and more than 1 million killed in Cambodia and Laos? And
of course, the French and the Americans were in Vietnam for 20-some years, and it was a tragedy. Millions of Vietnamese died. So I would say, yes, it'll be tough and difficult, but I want to be compassionate for the American people and the American soldier. I want to protect all those individuals, the taxpayers, everybody else. That's where our compassion should be directed toward. Whether we're dealing with economic policy, free markets are really compassionate. They take care of the poor. And when you talk about compassion for others, yes, the non-interventionist foreign policy over a period of time is the only compassionate policy as far as I'm concerned, because we stay out of these undeclared, unwinnable political UN-type wars. I mean, that is the height, that's the maximum compassion that one can have, is to have a policy that really keeps us out of war. And that's what I'm striving for.
All right, Ron Paul, look into the camera and tell your views, exactly what you think. Agree or disagree, I admire your honesty. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Well, Bill Clinton was a no-show today.